Start your morning with optimism, believing your possibilities. Thank you for choosing Fantastic Radio UK. Your music, your possibilities.
Nkosi yamakhosi siyakuxa phambi kwakho wowo siyakhala sicela ukuthula kulo lonke lakhiweyo. Baba wethu ngqongqongo baba wethu sicela ukuthula emhlabeni. Baba wethu ngqongqongo baba wethu kulo lonke lakhiweyo. Baba wethu ngqongqongo baba wethu sicela.
We believe that when money moves, better things happen. People enjoy more prosperous, rewarding lives, enabled to live, thrive, do business, and build a better connected world. A world where the cultural and economic benefits of diverse populations are valued, where the most remote communities are connected across the economic landscape, and the networks that power the global economy drive opportunity for everyone. That's why we strive every day to provide easy access to the tools for economic prosperity, offering digital and retail services in 200+ countries and territories. To move money around the world with integrity. Protecting our customers and platform from potential fraud and illicit activity. To foster a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion. By cultivating a diverse workforce that reflects our global customer base. Supporting global citizens as they provide the essential lifeline to their home communities. Through higher standards of responsibility, integrity, and sustainability. Western Union, globally minded, purpose-driven. Learn more in our 2020 ESG report.
Let's hop on one of those ships and sail away.
That sounds nice.
Hey! You got company.
Why don't you think about where we would go?
Far, far away from here.
Come on, show me a ticket.
One more charm man.
I was just thinking about my mother.
What was she like?
Beautiful. Shattered.
You are not here.
Who is she? That's Angel. Finest girl west of the Rockies.
I have to meet her.
You are not hoping.
What's your pleasure, mister?
The truth is, I didn't come here for that.
You have been broken, your innocence stolen.
You're gonna marry me. Take me away from here. Give me the life I deserve.
I hear the whisper underneath your breath.
Do not give way to such feelings as these.
I hear you.
They will ruin your happiness.
Have nothing left.
I give you an angel.
You cannot choose the life you have. But you can choose the life you want.
She just does not love you. She is using you.
You have no idea who she is.
You have to stop thinking that I'm gonna be something that I'm not.
That way is home. Your choice.
I will rescue you.
The Western Union app is open 24/7 to send a smile to a loved one.
In the wilderness, fearless and human, Sauvage, the new elixir, Dio.
Everyone in Mexico knows story, but it's no lie. Llorona es real.
Welcome to Mexico, mi amigos. Are you here for business or pleasure?
Bienvenidos.
We just needed to get away for a while. Who's that?
The man who built this house.
Night, Mom.
Sleep tight, baby.
Hey! La Llorona!
What's a Llorona and what does it want with my son?
Mama!
What? But who?
You can reach Fantastic Radio UK sales on WhatsApp on 079 6141 7150 or email us sales@fantasticradio.co.uk.
It is with great joy, great happiness, abundance of excitement that I come to you this morning. It's overflowing. My heart is overflowing with reams of joy to come your way. The 22nd of December, 2021. How are you? And how are you keeping? How is the family? The family all right? How is your husband? How is your husband? Is he good? Is he well? And what is he dealing with that he hasn't mentioned to you or you haven't asked? You want to ask them, Mr. What's happening? How is he? Yeah, go ahead, ask Mr. How are you doing? The year is ending. Everybody is getting ready to take care of all sorts. Just take some minute to ask your gentleman how he's doing. Yeah, just go ahead, my sister. Just go ahead. Ask him. Ask him, how you doing, my darling? My brother, when was the last time you asked their sister how she's doing? The year ends. Kids are happy. The bills are paid. The bills are not paid. We are fit. We are not always fit. But have you taken the time to ask the missus, how are you doing? Have you? You haven't? Okay. Have you, if you live with your partner, have you asked your partner, how are you today? You haven't asked your partner? Okay. I would suggest you ask your partner, how are you today? Because as we go through life, it's very easy to take each other for granted. It's very easy to ignore some of the small signs that we have to look at. This morning, I really want to thank you for making the time, joining myself as we share and as we ponder over things. I want to welcome you to this morning's Gift to Self Wednesday. This team is quite interesting, isn't it? Gift to Self Wednesday. I want to thank everybody, the production team, Mr. Sina Hamidi, Kerry, Tom, Sophie, for the brilliant work that you do. Let me go straight in before my guest joins me. Today, I have a gentleman who I met about a few months back at a meeting. And when he started speaking and the passion and the knowledge he was sharing, I felt, now I have to make this gentleman, whatever I can do, get him to join me. My special guest today will be Mr. Ken Johnson. I'll fill you in as we go on. But the gift to self today really goes back to all the things we've been sharing the past few months. As we prepare for this festive moment, celebrating our loved ones and celebrating everybody, there is a young man or there is a young lady or there is an older man who sometimes unconsciously forgets himself or herself. There is this individual who goes through all this festive period in buying gifts, getting gifts wrapped, celebrating other loved ones. And for some reason, he forgets himself completely. There's this young lady who will purchase every gift from every supermarket, every perfume, every shoe, every shirt for loved ones. but she forgets of herself. 15 minutes past 7. Who is this person I'm talking about? You asked. I'm glad you did. I am referring to you. You, yeah. There is every likelihood that we go through this season and forgetting that we have to be kind to ourselves. There is every possibility under the sun to make everybody happy except ourselves. And I'm not sharing or preaching or pontificating any kind of self-aggrandizement or some self-conceited theory here. No, but my encouragement this morning, as we share and as we love each other and as we take care of other people, I would suggest you give yourself a gift. You give yourself a gift of time for your mental health. You give yourself a gift, right, in preparing for your holiday next month. Giving yourself a gift or buying yourself a book. What are you buying for yourself this Christmas? I know that Mrs. has to be happy. I know that the kids has to be happy. I know Mr. has to be happy. I know the kids have to be happy. I know that your partner has to be happy. But what are you giving to yourself? I would suggest you get gentler with yourself. You learn to love yourself the more. You learn to forgive yourself. And you step into the coming year with a mind that is ready to maximize your potential. Can we do that? I'm going to try it, so you try it. Because we go through life taking care of everybody. And sometimes we forget taking care of ourselves. I suggest you look into that. And at some point, when we meet, someday, somehow, on the streets of London or anywhere in the world, you will say, Kojo, you said it. You told me, you mentioned that I should take care of myself. And I did. I'm glad this comes from, you received it in a good space. And we are going to take care of ourselves. 18 minutes past 7. Welcome to this beautiful, lovely Wednesday morning. The weather is absolutely divine. Went out running this morning. Heard the birds singing beautiful songs. Of course, I couldn't share with you, but we will go get some music. When we return, I will tell you more of my guest who's coming through. His name is Mr. Ken Johnson. We'll be talking life insurance. He has several products that he shares, but Mr. Johnson would focus on life insurance today. And the next time he comes through, he can go in with other products. But today, I would love us to go into life insurance, the importance of life insurance, the gift you give to yourself and also to your loved ones. Let's do music. And when we return, Mr. Ken Johnson will be my guest. Good morning, and thank you for choosing Britain's Hope of Possibilities. I forgot to mention to you that the golf tournament for summer is coming up. And if you want to be part of the golf tournament, it's going to be in Harrow. Send me an email, sponsorship at fantasticradio.co.uk. Once again, thank you. My name is Kojo Bonti Amwako, and I'm glad you made a time in joining us. Let's do music.
You can today listen to Fantastic Radio UK on your Amazon Alexa skills. All you have to say is, Alexa, play Fantastic Radio UK.
Saore moyo kaneria Maria newe Saore moyo kaneria Maria newe Maria newe
Jasmine, it's your brother here. I'm sending a little money home to help that dream of yours become a reality.
When you send money, you send more than money. Western Union.
Remember that movie star guy I took on a day ride? This dude wants to hunt.
So now I'm supposed to help a famous actor poach game.
This guy is talking big money, more money than you make in a season.
Nature!
Woo!
50,000. I'd lose my business if we got caught.
Another 50,000 when we get a kill.
Nice, Johnny. I ain't make a cowboy out of you yet.
I think I see some people over there.
Shh. Did you hear that?
Howdy, neighbor.
It's not my fault.
All right.
You keep running out of the bushes.
Give me a call for help. He is the help, Johnny.
Oh, shit! Johnny!
They got this redneck psycho after us. You shot his brother. This guy's a lunatic, Clay. He ain't gonna quit till he's dead.
Woo-wee! That'll put a lead in your pencil.
Hey, baby, hey, sing.
Hey, baby, hey, 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 beautiful girl.
Hey, baby, hey, sing.
Hey, baby, hey, 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 beautiful girl. Come along to kiss me. Before I'm going, come along to kiss me. Before I'm going, don't you kiss me, nice, nice. Before I'm going, don't you kiss me, nice, nice. Before I'm going, come along. You.
Don't you meditate, sing.
Don't you meditate, I send a messenger.
We believe that when money moves, better things happen. People enjoy more prosperous, rewarding lives, enabled to live, thrive, do business, and build a better connected world. A world where the cultural and economic benefits of diverse populations are valued, where the most remote communities are connected across the economic landscape, and the networks that power the global economy drive opportunity for everyone. That's why we strive every day to provide easy access to the tools for economic prosperity, offering digital and retail services in 200+ countries and territories. To move money around the world with integrity, protecting our customers and platform from potential fraud and illicit activity. To foster a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion. By cultivating a diverse workforce that reflects our global customer base. Supporting global citizens as they provide the essential lifeline to their home communities. Through higher standards of responsibility, integrity, and sustainability. Western Union, globally minded, purpose-driven. Learn more in our 2020 ESG report.
Fantastic Radio UK is now available on your Amazon Alexa skills to keep you company. To listen, say, Alexa, play Fantastic Radio UK.
Hey, Alexa, play Fantastic Radio UK. When you do that, as soon as you say that, Alexa will find Fantastic Radio, and they would hear us coming through. You would hear us coming through I say good morning to you. How are you? You well? I told you I have a special guest this morning. And as I said, I met this gentleman few months ago, and we were at a meeting, and whilst the conversation was going, he started talking. And I felt, what this man is talking about and all the other things that he does, I would love to share it with my guest. My guest today is Mr. Ken Johnson, comes from a company called rosemountfs.co.uk. They do different products, but today I love us to share and get into life insurance, the importance of life insurance. At some point, the next voice you're going to be hearing with me will be Mr. Ken Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure, with great joy, introduce you to my friend, Mr. Ken Johnson. Ken, good morning. We can't hear Ken. For some reason, Ken's sound has disappeared. As we get Mr. Johnson sorted, right? As we get Mr. Johnson sorted, the thing I wanted us to deal with is the importance of life insurance. And many of us go through times and seasons and moments without looking at that. And when the inevitable kicks in, when life decides to wave us a goodbye, sometimes the response and the whole running around isn't very helpful. And I felt it's important, and it's cardinal for us as a people to look into that, and also get an individual who deals with these products and these services to come through, share with us, and we would have to make a decision as to whether we want to tap into it or not. I will suggest you look into it. I have to also say this. If you are looking and sending money to loved ones across the continent of Africa and also to the Caribbean, look into what we've been saying, Western Union. Western Union allows you to share and send money to your loved ones across, easy, safe, and they will receive it in peace. Have you looked at that? Are you sending money this Christmas? You haven't? Okay. Just in case you were sending money, I would really suggest you go to www.westernunion.com. It's easy, straight to the point. As we go with our conversations and carry on, I will sort of share with you and expand on how you can do that and also get into the nitty-gritties. But again, if you go on the website, it's easy, right? Is easy. We're going to get ourselves into music, and when we return, Mr. Johnson's microphone sound would have been sorted, then we can take it from there. I want to thank Mr. Sida Hamidi and all the production team for the brilliant work that they do in making this whole thing happen. I am glad that you are here. Please stay tuned. Mr. Johnson from the rosemountfs.co.uk will join us soon after the music. Let's do it.
Action and determination are two habits you must develop at the forefront of all success. Listen to Fantastic Radio UK on Google Assistant. Say, "Hey Google, ask Fantastic Radio UK to play."
Begin. To begin is half the work. Let half still remain. Again begin this, and thou wilt have finished. Nothing happens to any man that is not formed by nature to bear. perfection of character is this: to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. Treat whatever happens as wholly natural, not novel or hard to deal with, but familiar and easily handled. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Keep at it, as a blazing fire takes whatever you throw on it and makes it light and flame. Do every act of your life as if it were your last. How long will you wait before you demand the best of yourself and trust reason to determine what is best? Receive without pride, let go without attachment. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. A man, when he has done a good act, does not call out for others to come and see, but he goes on to another act, as a vine goes on to again produce the grapes in season. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own.
Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way. You can listen to Fantastic Radio UK today on LG Smart TV.
On LG Smart TV, you can listen. On Roku Television, we are right there. When you go on Huawei Television, you download the app, you can listen to us. I welcome you back as I prepare to talk to my friend, Mr. Ken Johnson from www.rosemountfs.co.uk. Now, before we even proceed, let me put Mr. Johnson's details out there. Before we even go, Mr. Johnson's email address is ken.johnson@rosemountfs.co.uk. We'll get it on the screen, and let's try it again to get Mr. Johnson to get a conversation. Ken, good morning to you. Right. You nearly came through. Right. You know, it tells you we are live. It tells you we are live. You know, I remember when I was talking to Mr. Johnson the last time, he was talking of the importance of getting life insurance. And there is the best time to do to sign up and get a life insurance is when you're fit, you have what it takes to finance that. And when he mentioned how much one pays for a month to get yourself sorted or look into life insurance, I was amazed. I've always had it, but I looked at the other options that he was talking about, the benefits, and you know, there were things that I thought that needed to go through and ask. You know, we need to ask him and also break it down systematically, because it helps when these things are broken down, because we consume these data in chunk, you know, in bites, right? So we are different. Some people, they will read, they will understand. Some would have to be spoken to. All right, some would have to be spoken to or spoken with, right? And as you were talking, discussing, the conversation reignites the mind, and suddenly you are thinking, this is something I would have to look into. This is something I would have to consider. He comes in again. We're having technical hitches here and there, but he comes in. We're going to get this thing sorted. The technical team is making everything possible. And as soon as we are sorted, as soon as we are good to go, we will get Mr. Johnson. I'll make sure we squeeze everything out of this conversation, okay? So that we will carry on from there. But as I said, you go on his website. His website is www.rosemount, as in ROSEMOUNTFS.co.uk. And his contact details will come back on the screen. It's 079-85-130-259. You know what I like about Ken? Before he speaks or we get all these things sorted, he has this patience to break it down. All right. If you do not have life insurance, if you have not looked at life insurance, I would really suggest you get in touch with Mr. Johnson. His details again is ken.johnson at rosemountfs.co.uk. And his email, his number is 079-85-130-259. 079-85-130-259. I mentioned to you again that on our Twitter feed, when you go in there, Uber and eNation is granting black entrepreneurs who ran restaurants £5,000 of grant. Yeah, so you go on there, you go on our Twitter feed, which is Fantastic Radio, as in Fantastic Radio with a double O, at Fantastic Radio. And it's there. There is a company. You click that, you go make the application form, and straight away you are going to be applying for that. As to whether it will work, it wouldn't work, I have no control over. It's information that comes through that will relay into to you guys. 7:37. We go get ourselves sorted, because I'm suspecting that the team is getting all this technical things sorted. But as soon as we are sorted, Mr. Johnson will kick in. I also forgot to mention to you, there was a quote I had prepared this morning for you that I forgot. I completely forgot. I am forgiven, haven't I? I am forgiven, right? And the quote I had for you, just as we prepare for music, get all the technical things sorted. Be gentle with yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to forgive yourself. For only as we have the right attitude towards ourselves can we have the right attitude towards others. Did it sink? I love that. I love that. Can I say it again? Be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. Learn to love yourself. To forgive yourself. As for only as we have the right attitude towards ourselves can we have the right attitude towards others. If I don't learn to love me, I can't share love towards you. That would be an injustice. That would not be fair, would it? That is not fair on me. Let's love to love ourselves. Let's learn to forgive ourselves, right? Let the year go away with a forgiveness that we can give ourselves. And let's learn to have the right attitude, great positive attitude towards ourselves. Okay? And when we have that attitude, kindness, peace with ourselves, we can pass on the same peace to other people. Mr. Hamidi, can we do music? All right, let's do music. And when we finish, we would have sorted every technical hitch out, and we would get Mr. Johnson to come in, talk to us with the life insurance, the importance of it, and how you can access his service. Mr. Hamidi, can we do music now? Let's do it.
Fantastic Radio UK podcast. Questions, conversations, answers.
Sangikhumbule nomathemba isithando sam ngenye imini wangithembisa okuhle Namjusungishile ngiselenge buya tali siya kumtenga Sengikhumbulele yami sasihlele sobabili sibonisana ngendaba zothando wena wathi kimi isithando sami kusukela namhlanje nosuku wami
The Western Union app is open 24/7 to send a smile to a loved one.
Fantastic Radio UK podcast. Questions, conversations, answers.
Hey, we're welcome back to 41 past 7 with all the technical hitches. Let's see whether Mr. Johnson can join us back. Mr. Johnson comes from, his business, and he'll be sharing with us life insurance, the importance of it. Mr. Johnson, as I said, he comes from a business called rosemountfs.co.uk.
Can you hear me?
Good morning. I can hear you finally. How are you doing?
Oh, fantastic. I'm good, thanks.
Mr. Johnson, I'm glad. With all the technical hitches here and there, I felt that, I would just carry on talk of some of the things you do. But I wanted us to sort of run into it straight away and talk of the life insurance and the importance of getting life insurance. We met at an event few months back, and we were talking life insurance and the importance of people getting into, getting life insurance sorted. What kind of life insurance do you share or do you serve your clients with? Welcome and good morning, sir.
Good morning. Sorry about the problems there. The main things I do, and thank you for inviting me today.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
The main thing I do is to try and make sure that customers have enough cover, especially to cover those important things in life, such as if they get a critical illness, such as cancer, stroke, heart attack, you can actually get paid out even if you survive.
Right.
And that type of policy is called a critical illness policy, which comes with life assurance. And it's a policy that is not cheap, but it is cheaper than getting a whole of life policy, which is a policy that will cover you for all your life. And that policy is a little bit more expensive, but doesn't provide critical illness. Critical illness and life assurance is a policy on a term level, and the best time to take those is when you're young, before 30. The premiums are quite cheap. By the time you reach 50, the premiums are usually more than 4 times the cost as it was when you were 25 years old. And for our men, especially of Afro-Caribbean descent, it's very important that men take cover, especially to cover them for the critical illness problem of prostate cancer. And any other cancers and strokes, heart attacks, and even some other serious and severe critical illnesses. A lot of people don't have life insurance, and it's if you just want to take out without critical illness, the term policy is the cheapest one. And
what is it that causes one not to go down this path and look into all these insurances? Is it because historically people don't really feel the need of doing that? And my question to you is, what is it that causes people not to subscribe and get into these things?
The main reason for a lot of Afro-Caribbean people is distrust. Down through the years when our parents first came over here in the 50s and 60s, used to have the man at the door. Used to hear of the man from the Peru or from another company collecting premiums, United Friendly, and they collected pennies, they collected 2 and 6pence, they collected shilling policies. And when people passed away, the problem, it wasn't enough to buy the flowers because and at that time, although funerals were cheaper, many people lost their money because of unscrupulous behavior of insurance agents, and many of those agents were not black. And today what we find is a distrust of life insurance because of that's one of the reasons, and the other reason is just education or knowledge.
Right. Mr. Johnson, I would love you to sort of delve deep into some of the, this product that you talked about. When a person signs up, when a gentleman calls and signs up and say, look, I want to look into it, I want to, make the investment. What are the processes? Do you do sort of a discovery call, check them out, see whether, where they are in life and what are some of the things they want to deal with? How does it work? And talk about the process.
It's quite simple because you find the need, and usually a man or needs cover to provide for his funeral, to provide for if he becomes sick or unable to work, to find if he gets a dreaded disease, and especially if you go on holiday. So you take a fact find, ask them their name, date of birth, doctor's details, check a bit on their health. And when you're young, you're usually healthy and have no problems. As the years go by, you hit 45, going up to 50, then you have the sugar, you have the diabetes, you have blood pressure, you have all these things coming on you. So it's best to take cover when you're younger, and you take that policy, and that policy goes up until your retirement. But so the questions are: what's your height? What's your weight? Have you had any problems in the past? And depending on your height, weight, and age, and existing illnesses and existing problems, then a premium is quoted, and within 20 minutes or less, cover can be granted based upon the facts of your health situation. If you have a problem with your health, and for example, you've got high blood pressure, or you've got a problem, then they write to your doctor with your permission. That we write to your doctor with your permission to get a medical attendance report, or we send a nurse to your home, or if it's very good cover, like over 250, 300,000, we specialize in getting a nurse to your home. The nurse will then check you out, check your height, weight, and blood pressure and urine test. And if you smoke, if the premium's £10, it's usually £20, for example, because of smoking.
Right.
And if you drink too much, premiums can be increased as well. And there are at least 20 different companies, top companies. We're talking about Legal in General. You're talking about Vitality. You're talking about Royal London. You're talking about Aviva. You're talking all the top companies we deal with. So we're IFA and find you the best deal on the market for your circumstances. It also covers your children with critical illness. The percentage of the cover will cover your children. Young child right up to the age of 20, 21 if they're still in learning. And we actually can provide you with good information on where to get treatment should you sadly get cancer or one of those dreaded diseases. And policies will send you all over the world to get treatment. And the premiums aren't that expensive when you're younger. For example, if you're 25, you could get £100,000 worth of cover for about £30. And that's £30 is lasting you for the rest right up to age 70. So, but if you leave it for another 5 years, that £30 will end up in the region of about £50 to £60. So it's always good to get the cover when you're younger and when you're fitter, and take it for a good period, because although you may be nice and fit and healthy now in your 30, if you take it for only 10 years, when you reach 40, you might have a problem, and then the premiums will be higher because you're older and now you've got a ailment. So it's always good to take cover when you're young. A lot of Afro-Caribbeans leave it too late because everyone thinks we're going to live forever. But it's good to be prudent and start when you're young and have something there in the background to cover children, to cover if you pass, get a dreaded disease. Lots of people, they go on holiday and they don't take no cover, and a problem happens abroad, and you hear things on YouTube on people trying to raise money, asking people to gift and help them. And the other thing is men with prostate cancer is one of those things that affect Afro-Caribbean men more than everyone else, unfortunately. Say 7 to 8 out of 10 men in our culture end up with prostate cancer, and that is covered in the critical illness policy. Now there could be up to 63 critical illnesses of one, which is prostate is covered. And do it early. Look and plan. A lot of other races plan. Many of us seem to leave it till the last minute, and only to discover you can't be covered because of one thing or another. So it's always good to try and check out early.
His name is Mr. Ken Johnson, and you go www.rosemountfs.co.uk. If you want to reach Mr. Johnson, you go ken.johnson@rosemountfs.co.uk. His contact details are on the screen, and for those who are listening and don't have access in watching this conversation ahead, his mobile phone number is 079 851 30259. You ask me to repeat, I will repeat. 079 851 30259. What I'm liking about this conversation, Ken, it's the importance of starting this early, because and it really jogged my memory. I remember when I went for it. I wasn't in my 20s, and when the gentleman quoted and I came through, and I realized that it's something I should have done early. I will suggest, if you haven't looked into this insurance that Mr. Johnson is talking about, you would look into. The number is 079 851 30259. We're just going to get music. When we come back, I would love him to sort of break it down again systematically, and you would have to contact him. His email address is ken.johnson@rosemountfs.co.uk. Talking life insurance, particularly with those of us or those with critical illness. If you have it or if you don't have it, you would have to look into it. Okay, let's do music. When we return, we'll be my guest, Mr. Ken Johnson from rosemountfs.co.uk. Good morning and welcome.
Your passion is waiting for your courage to catch up.
Fantastic Radio UK. Your life, your possibilities.
A ti dedico esta canción, porque eres quien llena mi vida, y sin límites ni medidas me has entregado tu amor. Eres lo más grande que tengo, mil gracias le doy a Dios, porque has llenado mi camino de tanta felicidad.
Hola, papá. I'm calling you to say that I've sent you a little money. I know you'll say that I shouldn't have, but I really want you to be here on my wedding day to dance with me.
Look into the sky.
When you send money, you send more than money. Western Union.
Connect with Kojo on Twitter @BontiAmoaco or on email bonti@fantasticradio.co.uk.
It's approximately 54 minutes past 7 on this beautiful 22nd of December 2021. 21/12/2021. My special guest talking insurance and looking out for yourself. He shared with us the cost that goes into it. But I would love to find out how much it costs, what goes into it, and is it a monthly payment? How does that work? Ken, you're very much welcome.
Thank you so much, Kojo. Appreciate you.
You're very welcome. Ken, let's say when a person signs up, what are we talking about? The costing? Or it depends on the age, isn't it?
Yes, it depends on the age, the weight, and the occupation. Mind you, if they're army cadet or reserve army, then you can see that's a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're an office worker or plumber or a builder, it's depends on your age, your weight, and how much you smoke, how much you drink, and your recreational habits such as mountaineering, skydiving. If you do none of those, then premiums you can for a young person about age 30, £35 a month can normally get you up to £100,000 worth of life insurance with critical illness, taking you up to retirement, 68, 70. Premiums are very cheap when you're that age, and there's two ways we could do it. We could do it on the phone, online, or in the olden days, and because of COVID, we can't visit as much as we used to. But if we can visit, you can come to the office, and we can then set everything up. But we can also do it online, on Zoom, or over the phone. But I normally visit people in their homes, in their offices, in their garage, wherever they are, ask them the questions, give them the assurance of premiums are collected monthly, and it comes straight from your bank, and you can get cover almost immediately, providing you're in good health.
I would love to talk to you about the guy or the gentleman who's past 40, and who hasn't gone for it. And you mentioned that this particular insurance covers his case as well. Can you delve slightly into it for us, please?
Okay, if you reach 40, premium that would cost you about £30 when you were 30 years old is now going to cost you somewhere between £35 and £40 for the same cover. If you leave it to your 50, the premium's doubled from 30 to 60 for decent cover. You leave it till later, then it could be premiums 3 times or even 4 times. And at that time, you see, the problem I was told when I was training many years ago, once you reach 50, everything starts to go wrong. The blood pressure, the sugar, the diabetes, the prostate cancer, the breast cancer, the different things come on you. And that's when these policies come into their own. I had one client who took the policy when he was 25, and he complained, what's that I'm paying this policy for? I'm 45 now and nothing's happened. And unfortunately, that's a true story. It's not to get onto anyone's nerves or get them feel bad. At 48, he contracted cancer, prostate cancer. And he then came back to me and says, can he reinstate the policy? I said, no. And unfortunately, they wouldn't cover him for 10 years or even consider. So it's really good to put your hat where you can reach it. It's like a phone bill, £20, £25, £30 a month. It's a cost of a mobile phone bill a month, but it's protection for the majority of your life. And you see people at funerals with cats going around collecting money. With these policies, 25, 30, £35 a month can get you good, decent cover when you're young. And you don't have to go through all these embarrassing things when later in life. A lot of people should consider it carefully. And a good premium, 20, 25, 35 can start you off. When you reach 40, then you're talking 35, 40, and nearly a bit more money because you're much older. And who knows, you may have even a disability at the time, which means that they'll load your premium because you now have arthritis or diabetes or blood pressure, something like that.
It's important to look into this insurance scheme
early.
to share with us. It's important. It's important to consider that. If you haven't, I will highly suggest look at his contact details are on the screen, and for those who are listening on other platforms, you can reach Mr. Johnson on 079-851-30259. His email address is ken.johnson at Rosemount, as in ROSE, Rosemount, as in MOUNTS, as in FS.co.uk. Ken has been sharing with us the importance of signing up early, the importance of making sure that you are covered. It's important to do that. If you haven't, you would have to see how best you can give yourself this gift. It's cardinal. It's essential. It is something that we tend to ignore, leave it to the last minute. And as he shared, sometimes the report and the stories that comes with it doesn't really go well. We're just going to walk out of the conversation, finalize everything. But Mr. Johnson, I would love you to finally say or share with us, if a person comes through and they are past 45, they have left it till it's quite late, but they want to still come through. Do you still sign them up if he's say past 45 and they want to come through? Do you still work with them? Do you say, okay, right, I'm going to go through this fact file, go through this whole discovery with you, see how best I can help, and come up with a product that fits? Talk to me about that.
Yes, we definitely can. The policies will allow us to, the companies will allow us to insure somebody up to their 80 or even 85th birthday. But clearly, if you leave it to your 70, then what would cost quite cheap at £35 would now be costing you somewhere in the region of £100 or more for a decent coverage. So we can cover people up to 85 next birthday. One of the things I would say is that we sponsor a charity which is for prostate cancer charity. And when gentlemen take out cover with us through your show, we donate the portion of our commissions to this charity to the equivalent of 4 times 4 months premiums, because we recognize that Afro-Caribbean men need the cover, and the charity, which is supported by Errol Mack, receives a commission from us, or a fee from us, to help him run the charity.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Guys, I would suggest you get in touch with Mr. Ken Johnson. I met him. He spoke, and precise, concise, straight to the point. What comes through in the conversation is being prudent, being wise, looking out for yourself. See how you can tap into this opportunity. From where I'm standing, it's something that you would have to look into. It's one thing we talking, it's another thing taking the step, it's another thing taking action and making sure that you and I are covered. It's cardinal, essentially vital for us to look into that, because we do that. We make sure that our kids are sorted. We make sure that our ladies are sorted, and we are also going to be sorted. It's something that I will suggest you do. His details is 079-851-30259. His email address is ken, KEN .johnson, as in JOHNSON, at Rosemount. Can I spell it for you? Let me do that then. It's ROSE Mount MOUNTFS.co.uk. Ken, as we finish and finalize our conversation, what will be your last word to the person who hasn't got life insurance, who hasn't got this cover? What would you have, or what have you got to share with them as we part away?
I would say the best thing to do is to take cover for what you can afford and keep it going. It is better to have something rather than nothing, because I remember when I had a problem, I completely forgot that I took this policy out when I was 25. And just yesterday, I had a call from a gentleman who was ecstatic because I did pensions as well.
Okay.
Pensions, life insurance, everything to do with business insurance, to do with mortgages. I do mortgages, mortgage protection, income protection, and I have people that set up pensions for you. And he didn't realize he had been paying into a policy for the past 30 years. And I won't mention his name. He was shocked to receive a letter from the Pru to say that he had in excess of £50,000 in his pension fund, and he's now 63, and he can take funds out if he wishes. He completely forgot. So it's very important to just do the minimum you can, keep it going, and then improving it as life goes on. And remember, premiums start from, well, you don't know, but let me let you know, premiums start from as little as £6 a month. £6 a month. But for a person in the 20 to 30, £20, £30, I find £35 get a good cover. But if you can only afford £6 or £10, you can do that too. Just have something rather than nothing.
Ken, it's almost 8:08, and our conversation has come to sort of an end. How are you celebrating the Christmas, and what is in store? What are you eating this Christmas?
What, me?
Yes, yourself.
Oh,
yes.
Azim. Okay. So for me,
I want to find out, how are you spending this Christmas?
Oh, this holiday period, for me, is goodwill to all men, 365 days a year. And if I could, I'd give a present to everybody, 365 days a year. I love the season, and I love the time, this time of the year. But I specialize in having a Christmas every day throughout the year. And this type of season, I just prefer to have my normal what you'd call West Indian food. I like to have my cow foot.
I like that.
That's how I do it. I don't really dive into the Christmas dinners as everybody else.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and that's how it is with me.
Wonderful. His name is Mr. Ken Johnson, and he shared life insurance, the importance of critical illness, and he's talked about the figure, the premiums. It starts from what, 10, 16 pounds right through to 35 pounds. As he said, you start early, it's important for you. You start early, you dive into it, you contribute to it, and you have the premiums coming through. It's important. If you haven't considered that, you look into that, because if you get into any crisis, it becomes important. His details I give to you as we walk out of the conversation. www.rosemountfs.co.uk. His name is Ken Johnson. ken.johnson at rosemountfs.co.uk. His number is 079-851-30259. It's been a wonderful, a pleasing pleasure serving you guys and having this great conversation with you. As we always do, we tend to want to add value to your life daily, and that's what we seek to do. My name is Kojo Bonti Amwako. It's been beautiful, it's been wonderful, and I'm thankful that Mr. Ken Johnson from rosemountfs.co.uk made the time in coming through. Tomorrow is our last day. We're taking a break and return in the coming year. I want to thank you. You have yourself a lovely and a fantastic day. Ken Johnson has been my guest from rosemountfs.co.uk. Do have yourself a lovely and a happy Christmas. Once again, I want to thank you for the production team, Sina Hamidi, Kerry, Tom, and all the guys who make this whole magic happen. I'm so glad that you are joining me tomorrow morning as we walk away and finalize our shows and all our programs and going for a break and returning in the new year. Once again, do have yourself a lovely and a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic Christmas. I say this, if you are sending money to any part of the world, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, all the parts of Africa, 180 sports across the world, I will highly suggest you look into Western Union. Do have yourself a lovely and a fantastic day. Take care. Greatness lives in you. You have the possibility right inside of you. in maximizing your dream. Once again, I want to thank you. And the website is www.westernunion.com. Take care and bye-bye for now.
The Western Union app is open 24/7 to send a smile to a loved one.